Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and you are watching TTV News with some latest events in the Ninh province. And now coming to details. Ladies and gentlemen, despite being deeply affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, in the first 9 months of 2021, the socio-economic situation in the province continued to be maintained and developed. Export turnover reached nearly 4,000 million USD, an increase of nearly 28% over the same period last year. Import reached more than 3,600 million USD, up 50% over the same period last year.
According to the People's Committee of the Ninh province, since the beginning of the year, in order to increase the exports, the province has focused on implementing the task of attracting investment in appropriate firms, ensuring the prevention and control of pandemics as well, and thereby the number of enterprises returning to operation and the investment capital of the foreign direct investment of FDI projects increased sharply over the same period. Accumulated in the area of industrial parks and border economic zones, there are about 364 projects, with about 267 projects with a foreign investment capital FDI, 97 projects with an interior investment, and with a total registered capital of more than 7,600 million US dollar and about 18,700 billion Vietnam dong. The total is equivalent to about 8,600 million US dollar. And facing the complicated development of the COVID-19 pandemic, the province promptly directed the implementation of the deal goal of fighting the pandemic as well as developing social economy. In the industrial parks, there are about 156 enterprises operating under the three-on-spot method, with about 27,000 employees. After the pandemic was basically controlled, the Provincial People's Committee issued a decision on restoring the production during the COVID-19 pandemic, with about 73 enterprises registering to restore production and supplement workers, of which 29 enterprises registered to restore production and 44 enterprises added workers. And in the morning of September the 24th, the Department of Health organized to receive an ambulance car donated by Hữu Đức Company Limited in Tân Châu District, Tay Ninh province. Attending the reception, there were Mr. Võ Đức Trong, standing vice chairman of the Tay Ninh Provincial People's Committee, and representatives of the Provincial Department of Health. At the ceremony, Mr. Trang Bang Town and Mr. Phan Hải Đăng, representing for Hữu Đức Company Limited, presented to the provincial health sector a Hyundai brand ambulance designed and fully equipped with medical equipment for patient transportation and emergency cases, with a value of more than 600 million Vietnam dong. At the reception, the standing vice chairman Provincial People's Committee Võ Đức Trong thanks the business for their accompanying tenant in the prevention of the COVID-19 pandemic. It is known that it is the second ambulance sent by Mr. Trang Bang Town to the health sector of Tay Ninh province in the controlling against the pandemic.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the afternoon of September 22nd, the Vietnam Phalang Rong Committee of Trang Bang Town held a ceremony to receive 2,000 gifts to support people in difficult circumstances due to the impact of the COVID-19 epidemic in the area.
Accordingly, Mr. Nguyễn Văn Hợp, chairman of Vietnam Phalang Rong Committee of Tay Ninh province, presented a symbolic board to donate 2,000 gifts. It's worth 300,000 Vietnam dong, including rice, instant noodles, and essential necessities. The total values of this gift is about 600 million Vietnam dong, which is extracted from the program of Million Gifts to raise solidarity to support Southern compatriots to overcome the COVID-19 pandemic, launched by the Central Committee of the Vietnam Phalang Front in collaboration with the supporting of social-political organizations. Speaking at the ceremony, Mr. Nguyễn Văn Hợp, chairman of Vietnam Phalang Front Committee of the Ninh province, said that in the coming time, the province will support more gifts to help the people in need, people overcome difficulties due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic.
For the fact that millions of workers have lost their job and had to suspend working, the unemployment supporting policy has become a support for employees, helping them have functional resources to ease their difficulties and maintain life in the context where the complicated development of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Recently, the National Assembly Standing Committee voted to approve a draft resolution on promulgating policies to support employees and employers affected by the COVID-19 pandemic from the Unemployment Insurance Fund. Accordingly, the National Assembly Standing Committee agreed with the government's proposal on using the part of the surplus of unemployment insurance funds in 2020 to support the workers who are participating in unemployment insurance contribution, with the estimate about 30,000 billion Vietnam dong. And the time to complete the support for the employees is no later than the end of December the 31st of 2021. In addition, the employer is entitled to reduce the contribution rate to an unemployment insurance fund from 1% to 0% of the enterprise's monthly salary funds for a period of 12 months from October the 1st of 2021 to the end of October the 30th of 2022. The time to complete the reduction of contribution to the unemployment insurance fund for employers is also no later than September the 30th of 2022. And ladies and gentlemen, Tay Ninh District has been approved by the Provincial People's Committee for 1,894 applications for people receiving the benefits or supporting from policy packages for the people in difficult circumstances due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The total amount approved is over 2,846 million Vietnam dong, and more than 1,800 people have been received the support. The government supported the people to get 1.5 million, and I was also very happy. The government also gave 60 kilograms of rice and thank yous for the local authorities. According to the People's Committee of Tay Ninh District, the district has appraised and submitted to the Provincial People's Committee for approval about 2,175 doses of people in extremely difficult circumstances, workers without contracts and freelance workers. And currently, the communes and town of Tay Ninh District continue to receive registration documents from the people about the state support policy packages for the people affected by the COVID-19 pandemic.
Ladies and gentlemen, by the core of the Youth Union, a large number of union members and young people have volunteered to participate in activity on the front lines of the COVID-19 epidemic prevention and control. These volunteers have actively coordinated with relevant local forces, contributing to improving the effectiveness of epidemic prevention and control.
Among the volunteers under the management of the Youth Union, there is one quite special volunteer. In the past, having committed the crimes of transporting illegally using of drugs and even sentenced to prison, Mr. Nguyễn Huy Thanh, born in 2000, soon changed his mind and became a mature person and made many positive contributions to the locality. At first, Thanh was also somewhat self-conscious about his situation. However, when he was encouraged by the Youth Union, until he entered later, he got along with the team members as well as quickly. He's very sociable, responsible in his work. At first, I was also a bit self-deprecating and feel guilty because I also stripped and sentenced. I was afraid that the Youth Union would not accept me, but Mr. Phak and the Youth Union accepted me. I also tried to complete the work assigned by the Youth Union. The decision to register to join the volunteer squad for COVID-19 prevention and control for Thanh was quite a difficult decision. However, overcoming all of this, now Thanh is always present in localities at any hotspots for pandemic prevention and control. At first, because I just came, my mother also did not agree for me to let go. After thinking twice about it, my mother knew that it was good to do this, so she also supported me to join in. Most of the team members do not know anything when he first joins the group. You will learn together slowly, just like Thanh. When he first entered, he did not know anything. His teammates also care and tell him about the whole and showing him every process. And up to now, Thanh can be done all of the process. And Thanh has a very enthusiastic spirit at work. He's also very diligent in the process of supporting the team as well as supporting the local people. Up to now, Thanh and his team members have participated in tracing, taking samples for testing and training for thousands of people in the city. All stages in the sampling process are guaranteed to be safe for Thanh himself, as well as the team members and the people who come to take samples. The Standing Committee of the Ho Chi Minh Communist Youth Union of Tay Ninh City also wished that after volunteering section of Thanh himself will have more material thoughts and become a standing sample for the union members as well as the youth. It can be seen that it is timely attention and encouragement from his family. The companionship and support of the Youth Union and especially his own will have helped the young man Nguyễn Huy Thanh to become a new person with many useful activities for the society.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today TTV News. Thank you for joining with us and see you next time.